Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. Let's just see, okay. Just trying to get things squared away. Alright, we're going to talk about 15 different things that are EMP proof. Okay? EMP proof. If there is an EMP and that happens, what are things that you should have that are going to be, don't have to worry about if an EMP hits or not, right? Number one is going to be blankets and warm clothes. And when I say blankets, I recommend wool blankets. I think wool blankets are awesome. They can get wet and they'll still keep you dry, so that's a good thing. Make sure you have plenty of warm clothing, especially if you live in the Northeast. Layering clothing is important. That's also something to think about, making sure that you have the appropriate attire to be able to handle anything. Number two, bullets. Bullets are EMP proof. They don't go bad. And here's the other thing, neither do guns. Guns will still work after an EMP. Don't have to worry about that part, right? So those are good things to have. Most likely, you're going to need them if you want to keep what you have. That's the bottom line. You need plenty of both. You've got to make sure, I will tell you this again, I've said this before, my rule of thumb, per weapon that you own, a minimum of 2,000 rounds per weapon. So if you have two 9mm pistols, let's say, all right, you better have at least 4,000 rounds of ammunition, minimum. There is no maximum. So once you've hit your minimum per weapon, got yourself built up to where you want to be there, then you just keep adding on. And there is no maximum amount because again, when the time comes, you're going to have what you have. You're not going to be able to get out to the store to get any more. That's going to be it. End of story. No more available after that. Okay. Number three, candles. Candles are very EMP proof. Good to have after an event. Along with candles, I would also add in lanterns. Make sure you have enough wicks. Also make sure that you have enough oil to run your lanterns. Good things to have. Will not be affected by an EMP. Alright, next thing you should have, and this one is kind of dicey because it only is going to be good for so long. And so what am I talking about? Cash, right? Ones, fives, tens, 20s. You should probably have at least $1,000 in cash on hand in case of an EMP, but here's the rub with that, okay? That cash is only going to be good for a very short window until people realize that it's worth less, okay? Beyond that, I recommend having silver as well. Definitely should be having some silver stocked up. Good thing to have. But, if you want to have gold as well, that's also going to retain its value. So gold and silver are going to retain their values. You should have some cash because in a short window, and when I say short window, probably 3 days, after that, that cash is going to be worthless because once people realize power's not coming back on, nothing's going to be better magically overnight, that cash is going to lose its value in a hurry, and it's just a piece of paper that is printed on. All right. Number five is going to be food. Definitely make sure you have your stockpile of food, and I believe that you need to be diversified. Again, you need to have your freeze-dried food, your long-term food storage, which would be your rice, your beans, your honey, sugar, those type of things. And then you need to have canned goods as well. Definitely make sure you have your canned meat and all those things available that you want to have. Look at your diet. What do you eat? Stockpile what you eat. Okay? It's as simple as that. Why are you stockpiling things that you don't like? Because you know that this is something that we should have long term. Well, if you don't like to eat it now, you're not going to like to eat it after SHTF. So those are things you need to think about. Plan ahead. Make sure you have plenty of food available. I'm not going to tell you there's too much food to stock up. If you have, like an example, I'm going to give you an example. Family of 5, and you have enough food for 2 years. You've stocked it away. You're good to go for up to 2 years of a stockpile of food. Well, then 5 more people come over that you feel obligated to take care of. Now your stockpile of food has gone from 2 years down to 1 year, okay? And it can go really quickly if you're adding more people into that. So make sure you have plenty of food stocked away. Number 6 would be lighters. Lighters are a really good thing to have. They're cheap to get right now. I don't want to have to worry about trying to figure out how to use a bow and try to make fire with the bow. If I got a lighter and I have 300 lighters, then great, I'm good to go for quite a while and I don't have to worry about it. So lighters are definitely a good thing to have. Now, should you have flint and all that other stuff as well? Absolutely you should. But while I can do it, I'm going to stockpile and use lighters as much as I possibly can. The next one is going to be painkillers. You know, your Advils, your Tylenols, your, any kind of, if you have narcotics, ways to kill the pain. If there's an injury, it would be nice to have some painkillers on hand to be able to utilize and work with. Number 8, personal hygiene items. Way overlooked, I think, a lot. For the ladies, obviously, your tampons, those type of things. But, being able to wash up, to be able to brush your teeth, to be able to floss your teeth, those are things that you should be stocked up on. Because eventually you're going to run out, and when you run out, then what are your other alternatives to be able to brush your teeth, to wash up and stuff like that. If you know how to make soap, great, that's awesome, but not everybody knows how to make soap, okay? Let's see. Shaving, being able to shave, all those type of things. The next would be solar panels. Solar panels are definitely a good thing to have, especially if an EMP hits. Will solar panels be affected? They will be affected, but they will not be useless. Solar panels will maybe take a hit, 5-10% of their capability of producing power. What you got to worry about is your charge controller, your inverter, those type of things. Now, if you can stockpile extra inverters, charge controllers, breakers, all those type of things, and have them stashed away in an area that's secured, you should be okay. All right, but that's the thing. The panels should still be functionable. You should have backups just in case anyway, but good thing to have. And then you can still have power. Number 10, a stove. Wood stove, any kind of wood stove. You could have a little camping stove, something like that, or up to a regular wood stove fireplace that you're using to heat. You can cook on it. There's a lot of advantages to having that, especially, again, if you live in a colder climate. Next would be toilet paper. I know that's a luxury. I like my toilet paper, I like to have Kleenex, and I like to have paper towels. Now, do I stockpile all three? I do, okay? Because I like my creature comforts. That's me personally. Some of you goes, well, we'll just get rags and blah, blah, blah. That's all well and good. Eventually, that's what it'll come down to. But while I can, I want to be able to wipe my butt with toilet paper. I want to be able to blow my nose with a nice Kleenex. That's just, that's personal preference. That's, a choice that you have. Number 12, tools. Non-electric tools. Tools that you can utilize. Rakes, hoes, shovels, pickaxes, all those type of things. Definitely good things to have, good things to be able to utilize, okay? Number 13, trash bags. I think trash bags are important, especially for me. What I'm looking for is a contractor garbage bag. That's the kind I want to have, especially if you're trying to get rid of waste, if you're trying to use that for your sanitation. You can utilize that as your toilet, using sawdust or whatever the case may be. Take that contractor garbage bag out, dump it where you're going to get rid of your waste, and then reuse it. I mean, it may sound disgusting, but it's really not, especially with that big, heavy plastic contractor garbage bag. So I think those are a good thing to have. Number 14, water. Water is going to be so key, folks. And I've talked about water so many times. Without fresh water, we are dead in 3 days. In a true SHTF event, dysentery will kill more people than any other way. I guarantee you that's what's going to happen. So have ways to purify water. Having water on hand is also a good thing. You should have a certain amount of water available to you to be able to utilize, but having ways to purify water, a Berkey, a life straw, whatever the case may be. Definitely have ways to purify water. It will make a difference between life and death. I promise you that. Last but not least, an EMP, area where you can put some electronics, walkie-talkies, cameras, computers with information that you've downloaded, right? Zip drives and all that type of stuff. Have an area where they will be in an EMP-proof area to make sure that you still have those to be able to utilize after an event. I think those are important things to have as well. So, just a few thoughts. I hope this helps. I would like to hear what you have to say, like your thoughts on this, and going over, going back to tools, hammers, saws, all those things as well. You're going to need to be able to cut down trees, so cross-cut saws, all those type of things, definitely hugely important after an event. So good things to have. So definitely think about that ahead of time as well. So, all right. Remember, folks, we truly are all in this together. We are one race called the human race. As soon as we can figure that one out, we will be in much, much better shape. Also, remember to hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really important that we tell the people that we care about every day how we feel. Last but not least, STD. Step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you are trying to accomplish, whatever you're trying to do, you can do it. The only person that is going to stop you from achieving your goals is you. That's it. Nobody else. Stay positive, stay away from the negativity, and you're going to be just fine. All right? Have a great day. I will talk to you later. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.